now we'll do the technical settings. Okay, if without technical setting, if you try to check this, if you click on check button, okay, there is no error in the check, but once we activate, okay, automatically we'll go to that technical setting area. Fine, system will not activate without that. So how to go to technical setting? Okay, this will not work, this will not get active because technical setting is not done. So here we have to click on technical settings. Fine, and in the technical settings, in general properties, the first field we have to maintain is the data class. Okay, here we can select whether it is master data, transparent table, transaction data. What is that? What is the master data and transaction data? I'm going to explain in upcoming lectures. Okay, so for simple understand, like the data which is like rarely edited are called as a master data. Means once we create the bank account, okay, once we create a bank account, and see, we don't go to the bank and every day change our address, name, phone number, etc., right? So that are called as a master data, means one time created and rarely updated. Transaction data are like day-to-day transaction. In our bank account, we do multiple transaction, right? So that data are called as a transaction data. So here we have to select our class, whether it is master data, transaction data, org data, etc. So before that, let's see what is actually data class. If I press F1 here, physical area of database for database platforms. Okay, what does this mean? See, in every database, there are some different partitions. Okay, if you have one database, so we'll allocate some memory. Okay, we'll divide the database into different area. Okay, so similarly in the database, so different area are assigned based on the data class. Okay, for master data, a different area is allocated. For transaction data, a different area on the memory is allocated. For organization or customizing data, a different space on the database is allocated. Okay, so here we have to select the class. This will identify in which area this data will sit in the database. Fine. So here this is employee master, right? So I will create as master data. This is master, this is not transaction. Okay, once I create a master data of employee, I'm not going to like change the detail every day. Okay, sometime we'll modify data. The second is the size category. So here we have to select like how many records we are going to store in this table. So suppose I will select here 0, that is 0 to 2100. Now what system will do? System will allocate the initial memory, okay, considering this size category. This doesn't mean like this will store only 2100 record. Okay, this will allocate the initial memory to store up to 2100 record, and as soon as all the records are exist 2100, system will again allocate the same memory, same size of memory. Okay, so we'll select here 0. What is this used? This is used to allocate the initial memory. Fine. Buffering, keep as it is. Buffering not allowed. I will just explain what is meaning of buffering. See, buffering means let's say the buffer is to specify whether a table is buffered using ABAP table buffering. Okay, I will explain this in more detail, but as a short, see, we have database layer, application server, and our this is laptop is presentation server. So all the data exists in the database layer. So buffering means system keeps some record at the application server only. Okay, so that whenever we are accessing the data from our laptop from presentation server, instead of going to database and fetching the data, system will select the data from the application server only. Okay, so data record will be kept at the application server, but we use this for a specific table which are frequently used and rarely updated. Okay, take example like currency converter, like INR to USD, okay, SAR to USD. So every day morning, let's say we are setting some price. Okay, let's say like 1 USD equal to 80 rupees INR. So in the morning only we will set that price. Okay, and full day, suppose we are doing 1 lakh transaction in a day. So we are going to access that table. Okay, but the conversion ref is updated only one time, right, in the morning. For such table, we can use a table buffering, okay, which are rarely updated but frequently used. For that tables only, we can use the buffering concept. So for custom table, we don't use buffering. We can avoid that. Okay, so save, and this is like you will see only in S4HANA, where it is column is store, row is store. So in ABAP on HANA, in S4HANA, it is by default column is store. So we'll just save, check, no errors. Okay, again I will go here, save, check, and activate. See, finally our table is activated. Okay, now we can see in the active state. Okay, technical setting is the last step. Now we can see here this icon. This is content icon. Let's see how many records are there. So currently there are 0 records. If I click execute, we're not able to see any record here. Fine. Now how to create a record? Very simple. There are different methods. I will show one here. Go to utilities, table contents, entries. Let's say I will add here first record ZKT01. Now see here, we can see that data element option, domain level options here, right? Okay, date of joining, we can enter any date here, department, IT, CTC, okay, currency INR. We can also add here F4 help that we'll learn in the upcoming sessions. Save. So my first record is created. Okay, now again if I click on save, we'll get the error message, a record is already exists with the same key. Now I will add one more record 02, let's say Vishal. Fine, and here I will add one more record here. Now if I click on this content icon, so we can see here, so 2 records are created. Fine, like this we can add the record from table itself. Second option here, what we can do, copy this, I will create a new session, go to T code SE16N. Okay, ZEMPLOYEE master is here, checkbox maintain entry selected. Now again if I execute, see 2 records are there. I will just, okay, let me copy this, copy and overwrite is there. Okay, let me first copy and then I will make here insert with overwrite. Okay, insert in new row, and now I will change here ZKT03 and let's say Nikhil, let's say Jadhav, and I will, so this is one option through SE16N. Fine, save. So one is record is inserted here. We can change also. Let's say I want to change here from IT to I want to make it SAP. So we can change from here also. So now we can see change rows 1. Fine. So option number one from our table, go to utilities, table content, create entry. From here you can create entry. To change, we can change from here also, display, select the record, click on this change icon. Okay, so we can modify that record. You can also create a new record from here by click on this create button. And this is display. In display mode, we cannot modify any data. It is only display. Fine. So it's called a create, change, and display. So this is one option. Second option, SE16N. Okay, SE16N. One more option, that is through table maintenance generator, that we are going to learn next. Fine. So till now we are done with our first table creation with 9 columns. Okay, data element, domain, and technical setting. And we have also learned like what is the meaning of each field, right? size category, data class, buffering. Okay, you will learn all this. So first time this will take some more time to understand the concept. Once we know how to create, what is the meaning, second time the table creation will be very fast. Fine. So after this, next we have to create our next table. This one, Z employee underscore communication. So this table we will create in the next session. Thank you.